Next, we are taking global warming and greenhouse effect. The energy trapping phenomena by infrared active gaseous molecule is called greenhouse effect. That is, there are greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, CFC. They entrap infrared radiations and increase in temperature take place. That is called greenhouse effect. These gases are called greenhouse gases. This leads to global warming. About 75% of solar energy reaching the Earth is absorbed by the Earth's surface, which increases its temperature. The rest of heat radiates back to the atmosphere. Some of the heat is trapped by gases like CO2, methane, ozone, chlorofluorocarbons, and water vapors in the atmosphere. Thus, they add to the heating of the atmosphere, and this is called global warming. We all know that in cold places, flowers, vegetables, and fruits are grown in glass covered areas, which is called glass house or greenhouse. The purpose is that they can entrap infrared radiations and provide energy for photosynthesis for these plants. Do you know that we humans also live in a greenhouse? Of course, we are not surrounded by glass, but a blanket of air called atmosphere, which keeps the temperature on the earth constant for centuries. Atmosphere traps the sun heat near the earth's surface and keeps it warm. This is called natural greenhouse effect because it maintains the temperature and makes the earth perfect for life. In greenhouse, solar radiation passes through the transparent glass and heat up the soil and the plants. The warm soil and plants emit infrared radiations. Since glass is opaque to infrared radiations, thermal region, it partly reflects and partly absorbs these radiations. And this is the phenomena which is causing heat in the inside the car by entrapping the infrared radiations. The mechanism keeps the energy of the sun trapped in the greenhouse. Similarly, the carbon dioxide molecules also trap the heat as they are transparent to the sunlight but not to the heat radiations. If the amount of carbon dioxide increases more than 0.03% in the atmosphere, the natural greenhouse balance may get disturbed, and CO2 is the major contributor to the global warming. Besides carbon dioxide, other greenhouse gases are methane, water vapors, nitrous oxide, CFC, and ozone. Methane is produced by decay of vegetation, also by when vegetation is burnt, digested, or rotted in absence of oxygen. Large amount of methane are released in paddy fields, coal mines, and for rotting garbage dumps and by fossil fuels. CFC are man-made industrial chemicals used in refrigerators and air conditioning, which not only cause ozone depletion but also cause greenhouse effect. CFC also damaging ozone layer. As we have discussed, nitrous oxide occurs naturally in the atmosphere. In the recent years, their quantities have been increased significantly due to use of chemical fertilizer and burning of large amount of fossil fuels in vehicles. Consequences of global warming. The average global temperature will increase to the level which may lead to melting of polar ice caps and flooding of lower lying areas all over the earth. Increase in global temperature increases the incidence of infectious or tropical diseases like dengue, malaria, yellow fever, sleeping sickness, etc. Increase in ocean volume due to thermal expansion of water will take place. Global rise in sea level. Loss of land for agriculture, new weather patterns, higher frequency and greater intensity of hurricanes, and due to warmer ocean temperature, these days we find a lot of hurricanes and torrents or storms are taking place. They are causing a lot of disaster and they are a result of global warming. Control and prevention. Fossil fuels combustion should be avoided or decreased as much as possible. Industries should have electrical precipitators called Cottrell precipitators so that they can purify smoke to some extent and release the harmless gases into air. Planting more and more trees is also a method to maintain the oxygen CO2 balance because carbon dioxide will be used in photosynthesis and its amount in atmosphere will decrease. Catalytic converters are must for automobiles so that they can be attached to the vehicle's exhaust system to convert carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons into water and carbon dioxide. That is, they carry out complete combustion of fuel. And these days, most of the cars, rather all the cars, are fitted with catalytic converter, and some of them have emission level to very less extent, and they are Bharat 4 compliant. Scrubbers, pollutant-laden air is passed through a mixture of water and lime, trapping particulates and sulfur dioxide gases. So they also help in controlling air pollution. Filter cloth bags through which smoke is passed to stop particulates from flowing into air is also a useful method. Next, we are taking acid rains. What is acid rain? If the pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, it is called acid rain, and because it will contain a lot of HI. It is also due to presence of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen present in atmosphere. This is sulfur dioxide being released in atmosphere. Nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide will combine with water in presence of oxygen forming nitric acid. Sulfur dioxide will react with water in presence of nitric oxygen to form sulfuric acid. And these are the two acids which cause acid rain. So from the clouds we will get acid rain, which is most harmful for the crops and buildings. Water reacts with CO2 to form carbonic acid. Carbonic acid dissociates into HN and bicarbonate ion. And when the pH of rainwater drops below 5.6, it is called acid rain. Oxides of nitrogen and sulfur, which are acidic in nature, can be blown by the wind along with the solid particles in the atmosphere and settle down either on the ground or as dry deposition or in water, fog and snow as a wet deposition. Acid rain is a byproduct of variety of human activities. Burning of fossil fuels release sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. After oxidation and reaction with water form nitric acid and sulfuric acid, and the particulate matter usually catalyze this oxidation and lot of acid is formed in the atmosphere causing acid rain. These are the reactions taking place. SO2 reacts with water in presence of oxygen forming sulfuric acid. Nitrogen dioxide reacts with water in presence of oxygen forming nitric acid. Ammonium salts are also formed and can be seen in atmospheric haze, aerosols of fine particles. Aerosol particles of oxides or ammonium salt in raindrops result in wet deposition. Sulfur dioxide is also absorbed directly on both solid and liquid ground surfaces, and thus the deposition is called tri-deposition. Let's take up harmful effects of rain. Acid rain is harmful for agriculture, trees, plants because it dissolves and washes away nutrients needed for their growth. It causes respiratory ailments in human beings and animals. When acid rain falls and flows as groundwater to reach rivers, lakes, it affects plants and animal life in aquatic ecosystem. Acid rain reacts with water pipes and resulting in leaching of the heavy metals such as iron, lead and copper, and that get mixed up in drinking water and make it extremely harmful for human beings and living organisms. Acid rain damages building made up of marble. Marble is calcium carbonate which reacts with sulfuric acid to form calcium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. Calcium carbonate also reacts with nitric acid to form calcium nitrate, carbon dioxide and water.